I can use power base. Right now I have it set on a 24-hour timer, and I have a range reserve set of 20%. Well, hello everyone, welcome back to Electrified Outdoors. Have you ever experienced a power outage and thought, hey, I've got an electric vehicle with a big, huge battery in the bottom of it. Can I draw power from that to get myself through this power outage? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how we did it without the help of any elaborate systems like the Tesla Powerwall or the GM Energy battery backup systems. So let's get started. Okay folks, so here we are in the Silverado EV. I'm going to show you how to turn on the power base system. Now you will need to turn this system on in the truck, otherwise the outlets will not work. Now these instructions will also be very, very similar, if not identical, for the Sierra EV. So over here in the left, we have this little battery with a lightning bolt. That's our power base. We can either get to it there or we can tap the controls here. And I'm gonna tap the controls just so you can see what I'm doing. And when I tap power base, I can use power base. Right now I have it set on a 24-hour timer, and I have a range reserve set of 20%. And the reason why I like having that range reserve is if I have to drive, like say 25 minutes to a charging station to replenish the battery, that leaves me enough range. When it gets down to that point, I can go and charge it up and then come back and continue to power my devices. So I do always recommend you use a timer, but you can turn that off. For the sake of this video though, I'm just gonna have it set to 1 hour. And if you tap use power base, you can see that it says to use power base, turn your vehicle off. Otherwise, select cancel. And so what we need to do is turn the vehicle off. You see this button over here where it says off and it has a picture of your truck. You tap that and you tap vehicle off. And then you will get this notice that power base is on. And since we have a timer, it's showing us that we have 59 minutes left. We can add an hour. So this is nice. If you're getting low, you can add more time. And the other thing we can do here is turn it off. And that's all there is to it as far as turning the power base on so that you can start drawing power from that big, huge battery in your Silverado or Sierra EV. Okay, everyone, welcome to my utility room here. You can see that my EGO Power Station is powering two things. It's powering my freezer. Okay, and it's also powering the sump pump. I have it plugged into the sump pump, but of course that doesn't run constant. But you can see I have 4 5-amp-hour batteries on here currently. The sump pump's kicking on there, I think. You can see that I have 4 5-amp-hour batteries on there. It did come with 2 7.5-amp-hours, but those are currently on the charger. And with that, you can see my run time is about 4 hours and 15 minutes, and the standby time was well over 30 hours, I believe. So that's really, really good for this. This station will go up to 3,000 watts, and the continuous wattage is rated at 2,000. It's really a nice station. We have 3 120-volt outlets on there. We have also 4 USB-A outlets as well, and you can turn each one of those on and off, as well as turning the entire unit off. It has a nice output load meter. You can see that I have no load on there currently. These batteries are not all fully charged, by the way, but really, really a nice unit. And my freezer is actually on right now. I can hear it running. So that's 5 hours with the freezer on. It'll probably go up significantly when the loads kick off. Now up here, this is all the stuff that's being run by the Silverado EV power base, and I'm only using 20 amps of that. But you can see I'm running this Wazoo fan, running my ice maker over there, refrigerator freezer is on, and I'm also running my dual EGO battery charger as well. And we even have a cell phone charger down there and a laptop charger, but neither one of those is plugged in. So this thing can run a whole lot of stuff. So pretty good for the truck to be able to run all this stuff. And with all these things running, I actually went out to the bed of my truck and plugged in my DeWalt 165 PSI pancake compressor. I let it run until the tank was full and the truck didn't miss a beat. So this is really, really a good thing to have in a power outage. All right, folks. So in addition to all the stuff in the house that I showed you that I have plugged into the front receptacle under the front area, I just plugged in my Ryobi 80 volt mower. It's a 30 amp hour rapid charger. And it's holding its own. There it is. Sun's shining on it, so I don't know if you can see it blinking green or not, but it is charging. And this thing uses a lot of juice. See, we had 13% and it's charging. But I believe this charges at 12 or 14 amps. So the onboard generator in the Silverado EV is really powerful, and at least powerful enough to run all the stuff in there and charge my mower during a power outage. Okay, folks, so I'm here in the Silverado EV. Power, thankfully, has been restored. It was out for a little over 24 hours. Power went out about 3:20 p.m. on Thursday, and it came back on around 8 p.m. on Friday, so a little over 24 hours. Let's take a look at how much energy I used from the truck during that time. So I can't get any information on power base. However, when I go here, you can see that I drove 0 miles and it shows that I used 8.8 kilowatt hours of energy. So that is how much energy I used in a 24-hour period running the power base. And again, I even charged my electric lawn tractor. Certainly didn't need to do that. That has a 30 amp hour battery. So I certainly didn't need to do that, but I knew power was likely to come back on, so I went ahead and did it anyway. I'm really happy with the results here, folks. I used about 7 or 8% of my battery in that 24-hour period, which is pretty good. That means I could probably go for almost 2 weeks by my calculations without having to recharge the battery. Thankfully, it wasn't a widespread outage. If it was a widespread outage, I wouldn't have been able to go to a public charging station and recharge it. But since it wasn't, I was able to drive, I don't know, about 20-25 minutes and charge up at a charging station, come back here and supply power. So overall, I'm really happy. I am going to be looking into the GM Energy vehicle to home bundle. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in that. Well, that's going to do it for this one, folks. What do you think about the power base system in the Silverado EV here? Also, do you have a battery backup system in your home? If so, let us know down in the comments section which battery backup system you have. As always, remember to like, subscribe, and then hit that bell so you get notified anytime we add new content. Hug the people you love every chance you get, and we will see you next time.